Why do you run? We run for health, for an escape, for endurance, for jamming out to tunes, for achieving personal goals, for chatting with friends, for 5Ks, for marathons, for a cause. And we know that if you're not wearing the right shoes for your feet, for your hips, for your gait, things can go awry quickly. That's why in this video we break down the best running shoes on the market today, so if you want to find out which will be best for you, stay tuned. We bought these running shoes for testing on Amazon from the official sellers, and if you want to get the same experience that we did, we highly recommend that you buy from the same place. Links will be in the description. If you like this video, remember to click like and subscribe. Number 8. HOKA 11 CLIFTON 3. HOKA 11's CLIFTON series is one of the company's most popular running shoe lines, and some small changes to the shoe's latest model have provided welcome additions. HOKA is known for offering maximum cushioning while still managing to be super lightweight. The CLIFTON 3 has a softer mesh upper than the CLIFTON 2, which improves breathability and how much the top bends. After the company received feedback from runners saying that the CLIFTON 2 was a bit narrow, the toe box received an extra 2 mm of width, making it a little wider than the original CLIFTON. This is also a plus for those who prefer running on their forefoot. The shoe felt broken in when we put it on for the first run. It was very durable on trails and hard pavement, which is always great for those using the shoe for trail and marathon races. You could get maybe 200 to 300 miles out of it for its $130 price tag. Credit that high mileage to the signature EVA foam on the midsole and low-profile treads at the bottom that are very similar to the previous models. As the CLIFTON models continue to evolve, they're not only getting more substantial, but a bit heavier. CLIFTONs remain one of the lightest shoes on the market, but while the original came in at 8.3 ounces, the CLIFTON 2 jumped to 9.15, and the third iteration is the chunkiest at 10 ounces. It's surprising because it looks big for a running shoe, but it does not feel that way. The next edition, expected to be released in summer 2017, reportedly adds a little more weight. The CLIFTON series is much like the Lord of the Rings series. The first one was fantastic and arguably the best. The second one was not as good but still got the job done. The third one has received some high praise and is closer to the first. If you were a big fan of the CLIFTON 1, the CLIFTON 3 is a return to some of the features that made that shoe great. Number 7. ADIDAS ADIOS Boost 3. Runners wearing the ADIDAS ADIOS Boost have won several major marathons and set the marathon world record of 2:02:57, so it is no surprise that the ADIDAS ADIOS Boost 3 is one of the best racing flats. The latest edition of the shoe has a 9mm heel-to-toe offset, which is best for neutral runner or forefoot strikers. Boost and torsion is at the heart of the midsole and helps with energy return to get you running at your race pace for longer without getting tired. The outsole features continental rubber that is also found on tires, which helps provide a better grip on the roads and increases the cushioning from pavement pounding. There's more of this continental rubber on the forefoot in the ADIOS 3 than the 2. The toe box is a bit more open than the ADIOS Boost 2, and the upper's mesh allows for great flexibility upon foot strike. Because of that mesh, the shoes weigh in at just 8.5 ounces. Wearing them on faster training runs, we could barely feel anything on our feet, but got a bounce with every step. The toe box was a bit narrow for us, but with a few runs, it stretched out. Going up a size could help if you want more room. The shoe is used by numerous elite runners, such as world record holder Dennis Kimetto, but those kinds of runners are so fast that they're on their feet for less time during a marathon. For casual runners, the shoe may not offer as much cushioning as one would like for a race in which they could be running for 3 to 4 hours. For the common man, the ADIDAS ADIOS Boost 3 might be a better choice for 5K or half marathon races. The ADIOS Boost 3 was released in February 2016, but remains a popular choice by top road runners. It takes the best components of a trainer and a racing flat and combines it into a lightweight package for a soft ride. Number 6. ASICS DYNAFLYTE. Introduced last year, the ASICS DYNAFLYTE has quickly become one of the company's most popular shoes. If you need a daily trainer to rack up some miles, the DYNAFLYTE has you covered. Need to give your legs a break? Use them on a recovery run. They're not a pure speed shoe, but they're definitely up to the task if you need to go for a tempo run. In terms of comfort, ASICS Flight Foam cushioning is on par with any shoes we tested. It's soft and absorbs a lot of impact, and the use of reinforced fibers added some bounce to our step. ASICS used their high abrasion rubber for the outsole, which seems to be very durable against pavement. It also offers good traction. While the DYNAFLYTEs weigh 9.3 ounces, they certainly don't feel heavy. The upper is on the thicker side compared to many of the shoes on this list. The material is flexible and they feel great on your feet. The shoes fit so well that you hardly notice them when you're running. And the DYNAFLYTE offers an antimicrobial sock liner if you want to run sans socks, which no other shoe on this list provides. They offer a lot of variety in colorways, although we felt like this was a shoe we would wear strictly on runs and at the gym. But they come run ready right out of the box, and with their cushioning and support, you can use it for any type of run out there. Number 5. Nike LUNAREPIC FLYKNIT 2. There are several options for Nike running shoes, but the brand saw a lot of success with the LUNAREPIC FLYKNIT collection when it was introduced last year. In February, they unveiled the next evolution of the LUNAREPIC family with the LUNAREPIC FLYKNIT 2. Nike kept all of what made the LUNAREPIC FLYKNIT low great, with one notable change. They made the entire upper a nearly seamless piece to give it a more sock-like fit. Nike nailed the upper on the first version by combining the foam-fitting FLYKNIT upper with their Flywire technology to wrap around the foot. In the new shoe, the company improved that upper by removing the tongue and raising the back to provide more ankle support. As expected, the shoes look great. They can go from the gym or track straight to a bar. They weigh in at around 9 ounces thanks to the ultralight FLYKNIT upper combined with their Lunarlon cushioning, which is made of one of Nike's lightest, most comfortable foam materials. Upon impact, the cushioning evenly distributes pressure on the foot, so each step feels soft and springy. On an easy-paced run, that cushioning makes them a joy to run in, although they're also light and padded enough that you can use them on a long run and feel no worse for the wear. And if you want to pick up the pace, they're surprisingly stable. But keep in mind that these are geared toward neutral runners. Nike debuted the LUNAREPIC FLYKNIT 2 at $160, but the shoe has since dropped to $140. At that price point, it's one of the best options available. The company combined some of their best innovations and packed it all into one of our favorite running shoes to come out this year. Number 4. MIZUNO Wave Rider 20. The Wave Rider line has been a staple in the Mizuno catalog for 2 decades. A shoe doesn't get to version 20 unless it's doing something right, and all it takes is one run in them to figure out why. When you slip into these shoes, you immediately notice that barely there feel, thanks to the unique triple mesh upper. Walking or sprinting at top speed, they feel great. The interior of the shoe is soft and plush, and the layering of the mesh helps with breathability as our feet manage to keep cool even after an 8+ mile run. There's a lot of room in the toe box, so your toes have plenty of space. For the outsole, Mizuno went with a durable carbon rubber that seems as if it's made to withstand some major mileage. After testing the Wave Rider 20 almost exclusively on concrete and pavement, they looked as if they'd hardly been used. We used the Wave Rider 20 during tempo runs, for speed work on a track, for long training runs, and even during recovery runs. It can handle anything from a 5K to a half marathon. Mizuno uses their new U4 ASICS midsole here, which is a foam compound that's meant to offer high rebounds and a cushioned ride. It feels incredibly soft and running felt effortless. Transitions were smooth and it adds some spring during toe-off. The shoe also has Mizuno's new wave plate, which is one of the company's signature shoe technologies. Placed in the midfoot heel area of the midsole, the plate provides more cushioning on heel impact and redirects the force of impact away from your foot. It also helps with stability, and we felt really agile making sharp turns and movements. We had no problems dodging people and obstacles as we weaved in and out of traffic, further solidifying it as a great shoe to use on race day. The Mizuno Wave Rider 20 has stood the test of time and can fulfill pretty much all of your running needs. And at $120, it's fairly priced for the performance it supplies. Number 3. New Balance Fresh Foam ZANTE V3. New Balance's Fresh Foam ZANTE line is one of the company's most popular running shoes, and for good reason. They're one of the best looking silhouettes that New Balance offers, and they're available in a wide range of colors. Of course, looks aren't everything, and the ZANTE V3 also delivers on performance. The fresh foam cushioning on the ZANTE is firmer than the name might imply. In fact, it's soft enough to offer support at moderate to high speeds on long runs or for racing in a half marathon, but they felt a little stiff on easy-paced and recovery runs. Keep that in mind. New Balance built the ZANTE V3 for speed, and they felt best on tempo runs. Transitions were quick, and these were one of the smoothest shoes we tested. Like the New Balance 1500 V3, more on that below, the ZANTE uses a blown rubber outsole. It offered great traction, and it seems as if it can withstand a lot of pavement pounding before they start to wear out. At less than $100, they'll definitely give you your money's worth. New Balance didn't have to make many changes with the latest ZANTE, but the new engineered mesh upper offers a great fit with a lot of ventilation. The upper is very flexible, and the tongue is attached to an inner sleeve, providing a more secure fit. If you're looking for a fast, lightweight shoe that you can use for training and on race day, this is it. The affordable price tag should seal the deal. Number 2. Brooks Launch 4. Brooks recently released the latest edition of one of its most popular running lines, the Launch 4. The shoe looks fairly simple and traditional and weighs in at 9 ounces. The line was initially developed with the Hanson Brooks project, which caters to runners such as Olympic marathoner Desiree Linden, but it has expanded beyond elite runners to include everyday joggers and recreational racers. The shoe has a 10mm heel-to-toe offset and a neutral bias. A lot of the same qualities from the Launch 3 carry over in the midsole. Brooks uses DNA midsole technology, which has a special material that adapts as force is applied, so it customizes itself to each runner's respective gait, size, and fit. The tread on the outsole of the Launch 4 is a bit different from the Launch 3, with some blown rubber that makes it thicker in certain parts of the forefoot. The rubber and the grip help a runner bounce forward with a soft feel. The Launch 4 is part of the company's focus on improving runners' gaits, so there are a few similarities in the Launch 4 and the Ravenna 8. That's especially seen in the transition zone at the bottom of the shoe. The X-shaped rubber area is designed to improve stability in the heel-to-toe proportion. It's innovative, but some have noted that the heel-to-toe flow is a little interrupted because of how stiff the rubber is. The upper has a pretty open toe box covered in flexible mesh to make them breathable. The back of the Launch 4 has a U-shaped design to ease the shock on the heel. The shoe has a thicker tongue and thicker laces than many racing shoes, but this allows for a snug fit. Personally, I wore a pair of the first edition Brooks Launch in the New York City Marathon and felt that they adapted well to my feet and provided a smooth trip. I'd be curious to see how the newest edition holds up for another 26.2, but test runs indicate that the Launch 4 will provide similar performance and versatility. This shoe certainly can double as a trainer and racing shoe. It even suits faster-paced workouts such as tempo runs. Because of the light weight, they probably won't provide as much mileage as perhaps the Brooks Ghost or the Brooks Glycerin, but previous iterations of the Launch series have held up in the 300 to 450 mile range, and the Launch 4 should be no exception to that. It's definitely worth the $100 price tag for a shoe that durable, cushioned, and responsive. Number 1. ADIDAS ULTRABOOST. The lives of Olympic athletes and Kanye West aren't very similar, but one common ground is the ADIDAS ULTRABOOST, which doubles as the best running shoe and as fashionable footwear for a night out. ADIDAS' Boost technology has helped the German-based sportswear company close the gap on its competitors on fielding a lightweight and fast shoe. The midsole is well supported by Boost foam, which is made of many individual foam capsules molded together rather than one large piece of foam. The material and construction make for a very soft and responsive ride. The amount of cushioning does not take anything away from the speed and bounce. The ULTRABOOST also has a little curve toward the front that lets runners make a quick transition from heel to toe and encourages running on the forefoot, providing a spring forward. The rubber web on the outsole of the shoe allows it to flex with each foot strike. Elite runners opt to use the ULTRABOOSTs for longer training runs because of the reduced cushioning and lighter ride, but for casual runners who take more time to cover longer distances, the cushioning and go-long feel of the ULTRABOOSTs make them a comfortable fit in training and in races. The upper is very comfortable because of the flexibility of its prime knit top, which takes the shape of the foot. There are some ADIDAS shoes with narrow toe boxes that take some getting used to, but that doesn't seem to be the case with the ULTRABOOST. Brand new pairs already feel broken in. One of the downsides of previous models was the thick mesh of the upper, which in warm weather made my feet hot and sweaty, which also contributed to the weight of the shoe. Of course, that thicker material felt good in cooler temperatures, but either way, the 3.0 has a soft feel that improved running economy by providing that energy to go longer. The ULTRABOOST comes in at about 10.9 ounces, and most of that weight comes from the TPU plastic cage for the laces, which helps provide a snug fit in the arch for improved stability. The ULTRABOOST Uncaged does not have the cage, but it's more for casual wear. More plastic is used in the heel, where it spells out the ULTRABOOST name and lends some support to the ankle. We bought these running shoes for testing on Amazon from the official sellers, and if you want to get the same experience that we did, we highly recommend that you buy from the same place. Links will be in the description. If you like this video, remember to click like and subscribe.